I'll be talking about this guy, Phillip Noyce. He is an auteur that's directed many movies like The Giver, The Rabbit-Proof Fence, The Patriot Games 1 and 2, and many more. In 1973, he was selected to attend the Australian School for Film. Here, he made Castor and Pollux, which is a 50-minute documentary which won the Australian Film Award. So, now to be perfectly honest, I did not really find many things that are similar between Phillip Noyce's movies. There are a few major things, but that's pretty much it. Most of his movies are very different ideas, different main themes, all are filmed in different countries, and all have absolutely different storylines. So the first thing that I found similar between his movies is that they all originated as novels. There was The Rabbit-Proof Fence, The Giver, and The Patriot Games were all novels quite a while back that he turned into movies of his own, with a bit of a twist on all of them, of course. The second thing that I found very similar is that all of his movies seem to follow the hero's journey. So it starts with the status quo, call to adventure, assistance, departure, trials, and continue on. So here's a clip from a YouTube video that talks about the hero's journey.
What is the hero's journey? Think of it as a cycle. The journey begins and ends in the hero's ordinary world, but the quest passes through an unfamiliar, special world. Along the way, there are some key events. Think about your favorite book or movie. Does it follow this pattern? Status quo, that's where we start. 1 o'clock. Call to adventure. The hero receives a mysterious message, an invitation, a challenge. 2 o'clock. Assistance. The hero needs some help, probably from someone older, wiser. 3 o'clock. Departure. The hero crosses the threshold from his normal, safe home and enters the special world and adventure. We're not in Kansas anymore. 4 o'clock. Trials. Being a hero is hard work. Our hero solves a riddle, slays a monster, escapes from a trap. 5 o'clock. Approach. It's time to face the biggest ordeal, the hero's worst fear. 6 o'clock. Crisis. This is the hero's darkest hour. He faces death and possibly even dies, only to be reborn. 7 o'clock. Treasure. As a result, the hero claims some treasure, special recognition, or power. 8 o'clock. Result. This can vary between stories. Do the monsters bow down before the hero, or do they chase him as he flees from the special world? 9 o'clock. Return. After all that adventure, the hero returns to his ordinary world.
So, for example, in The Giver, the main character, Jonas, he is challenged at the beginning, and he has a call to adventure. He realizes that he is going to become the next giver, which is the person that holds all the memories and will give them to the other people. So he takes the adventure, and he has assistance from the giver, the man who was the person before him. And then he has a departure where he goes on an epic adventure and goes to try to free the memories to all the people in the movie. And he goes through many problems along the way, like the people are trying to get rid of him because he knows the truth about the world, but he does not want to, he wants to give it out, but the main people who are in charge of the city don't want it to go out. The Patriot Games also follows the hero's journey because Jack Ryan, who is a former CIA agent, kills a terrorist in an attack, and this terrorist group gets really mad, and then they take Jack Ryan's wife and daughter into a car and badly injure them. So then Jack Ryan has to go and revenge his family for what happened. And finally, in The Rabbit-Proof Fence, it is about 3 mixed-race girls that are torn brutally from their Aboriginal homes and getting put into white society, and they try to follow the hero's journey to get home. There's a rabbit-proof fence that goes around the campus, and they have to cross it to get home. So they have to go on the epic adventure of how they got torn from their families and they're trying to get back. The third thing that I found that's similar between his movies is how the movies end. All of the movies end in such suspense that you want to keep on watching. They try to build up a big like hook, and then they pull it in, and it really makes you think that there'll be a second movie. And I don't know if there is for some of them, but for like the Patriot Games there is, and for the rest, it makes you think. I'll show you a few clips. So first, there's a clip from the Giver, the end of the Giver, of how it happened.
I wish I had been there when the memories returned. They were the truth. The elders and their rules were the lie. So I do not apologize.
And then a clip from the Patriot Games. And the final scene from the Rabbit-Proof Fence. Now, after working on this project, I used all my knowledge about Phillip Noyce and his auteur style to make a little short clip. So here it is. To be honest, Phillip Noyce was a pretty difficult auteur to do, and I'm happy I chose him, and overall it was a good experience. I found that all of his movies have a very suspenseful ending. They all come from books, and as well, most of his movies seem to follow the basic path of the hero's journey. That's what I found, and hope you had a good time.